Hi guys, today's video is going to be another book review on Winterwood, and holy crap, this was a really good book. I liked it a lot, but I don't know, I had this feeling during the entire book, but I didn't know what the feeling was. Like, I wanted to keep reading, but like, I think it was just impatience. Because I told my family this, I was like, I had a feeling through the entire book, but I didn't know what the feeling was, and I think I finally have a name for it. Impatience. Okay, it's a mystery book. I guess I should read the thing first, but it was a mystery, and I just wanted to get to the end to see what the mystery was and what, like, the truth was, because there was a secret, and nobody knew what the secret was and stuff, and then, like, you'll see. Okay, sorry. I always get ahead of myself. Okay. Be careful of the dark wood, especially the woods surrounding the town of Fir Haven. Some say these woods are magical. Cursed, even. Rumored to be a witch, only Nora Walker knows the truth. She and the Walker women before her have always shared a special connection with the woods. And it's this special connection that leads Nora to Oliver Huntsman, the same boy who disappeared from the camp for wayward boys weeks ago, and in the middle of the worst snowstorm in years. He should be dead, but here he is alive and left in the woods with no memory of the time he'd been missing. But Nora can feel an uneasy shift in the woods at Oliver's presence, and it's not too long after that Nora realizes she has no choice but to unearth the truth behind how the boy she has come to care so deeply about, survived his time in the woods, in the forest, and what led him there in the first place. What Nora doesn't know, though, is that Oliver has secrets of his own. Secrets he'll do anything to keep buried. Because as it turns out, he wasn't the only one who went missing on that fateful night all those weeks ago. For as long as there have been fairy tales, we have been warned to fear what lies within the dark woods and the Winterwood. New York's Times bestselling, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it shows us why. Okay, so basically, so there's this evil forest, and it's called the Wicker Woods, and she's only able to walk through it because it sleeps. It's like awake, I guess. Like, on the full moons, it's awake, and it's a wood of death, or woods of death. Like, it kills whoever is in there. So, like, she's the only one that can walk through it on the full moon. Well, anybody can walk on it during the full moon, but, like, and it spits things in, like, if people lose things, it spits them into the woods. So then she collects all these things, and they have a house in the woods, across the lake. And, like, one of her ancestors cried so much that she created a bottomless lake or whatever. Anyway, well, she finds there's a bone moth, which means it's like an omen of death or whatever. And, it shows her to Oliver. No. She has a wolf. I forgot. He's a very tame wolf. But, he starts chasing the moth, and then he almost wakes up the woods, but he leads him to Oliver, and she ends up saving his life, because he's awake, or not awake. He's, like, frostbitten or whatever. Or hypothermic, sorry. I keep getting distracted. Hypothermic and stuff. And then, like, she takes him in and she cares for him, and then she ends up being best friends with one of the popular girls at their school, because, like, they all go to school together except Oliver. He's new, but anyway, it ends up turning into a mystery because this guy Max supposedly died, and they think Oliver pushed him in. Except there's these jerk boys. What's his name? Oh shoot, I forgot his name. There's Rhett, Lynn, and I forgot the other guy's name, but he was a real jerk. Anyway, and they were there the night he disappeared. They were all drinking, and then, like, they were initiating Oliver into the group. Well, they ended up saying, like, making him go to a graveyard, or a gravestone, Willow Walker, one of Nora's ancestors, and making him say her name 3 times to make her come back alive, or come and haunt them, or I don't know what it was. And then they made him go under the frozen lake. Oh my gosh, sorry. Max is the guy that was supposedly dead. Or he was dead, but, like, he's the guy that went missing. And Oliver went missing too. And then only one boy came back alive. That was Oliver. So Max was dead. And then they couldn't find the body. So they went, like, that was their secret. Like, they needed to find the body, or not needed. The guys were hiding the body And then, okay, basically, oh my gosh. Nora takes him in. She gets involved with Oliver, trying to help him. And it turns out he's the dead guy. He's the one that drowned in the lake. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't explain it more than that. Okay, he drowned in the lake. Max was mad at Oliver because he had just come to the lake, and Max had gotten caught doing something, so he got, because he was in the group, or he was in the bunk, he had a bunk bed with Lynn, I think, and with his group, with the group of boys and stuff. He was in the in crowd. Well, then Oliver came in and they were initiating him. And when he went onto the frozen lake, Max followed him. And then the ice broke. It was like super thin. And he knew he shouldn't go out there. Like, I mean, he knew, but he did because Max shoved him. And I was ready to punch Max because Max is a jerk. Anyway, so Max was on the ice with him and he fell in and he didn't help him out. So he drowned. And that was what Nora was saying. Like, she could only see Oliver, and then nobody else could, and that's why she thought he was alive and stuff. And because, like, nobody ever said anything about him. Like, nobody ever said anything about him being with them, you know? Like, and he never went around the boys because he knew that she would seem crazy if she started talking to him. Well, the woods catch on fire because they're trying to find the body. They end up kidnapping Nora and making her take them into the Wicked Woods. It's not asleep. The Wicked Woods are awake. And then freaking the guy I can't remember sets the woods on fire, trying to burn their way out of it because it, like, encloses them into the woods. And it's super dark. Like, I mean, complete darkness has fallen over them. And it's crazy. Anyway, so then, because he wants to see the body, because they know that can't be right. Like, they know she can't be right about him being alive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think. Or whatever. And then they all have this moon shadow inside their blood, which gives them special powers. And hers hasn't been discovered yet. Her mom is able to tame wild bees. Her grandma was, I can't remember what her grandma did, her grandma was able to slip into her dreams and then, like, see the secret meaning behind them. And it was crazy. Anyway, basically, when she's trying to, she sees somebody is in this house that's about to burn. She goes in and it's Max. And then Oliver comes up behind her and it was like, he gives him an angry look and she's like, Oliver, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. And then Max thinks she's crazy. And then he's like, you're talking to thin air. There's nobody there. She can see the dead and they all can. It's not like it's just her. That's not her moon power. She ends up drowning on the lake. Almost drowning. And her grandmother's like, when you're in desperate need, or like when your heart truly needs your moon shadow, it'll come. She's able to. Okay, so she ends up drowning, but not drowning. She ends up waking up, either on land or in her bed. I can't remember. Oh no, she ends up waking in the woods, and it's the night that Oliver died. Her moon shadow is being able to reverse time, or going, you know what I mean? So she ends up saving Oliver in the end, and then because she falls in love with him, like, she's her first kiss. She basically kisses a ghost, but it's pretty funny when you think about it, because, like, she had no idea he was dead, but, like, she could physically touch him, and that sounds weird, but, like, you know what I mean? So he's like, she tells him, don't go with them, blah blah blah, at Willa's gravestone, whatever, and it was so good. I loved this book. But the impatience really set in, though. I could tell. Like, now I have a name for it. I couldn't figure out what the feeling was, you know? Anyway, but yeah, it was a good book. I do highly recommend this one. So yeah, I hope you guys like my opinion. Sorry for that long explanation of what would happen. But I hope you like it. And I hope that inspires you to read it. Bye. Have a good day.